Hello everybody. Welcome today to another video. My name is Chris. This was an article that was just posted about 2 days ago. And I wanted to address the Sears at Burbank Town Center in Burbank, California, apparently coming back from the dead. So the store is slated to open in the 130,000 square foot space on October 22nd. The store was a three-story Sears store that closed last year in December of 2022, but hinted the reopening earlier this year. Eric Maynard, the general manager of Burbank Town Center, planned for a soft opening. The Burbank reopening comes as other big box retailers plot a comeback. Sears Relaunch shows the chain is interested in expanding nationally, said Gabe Kaddish, a retail property broker and vice president Collins, who wasn't involved with Sears at Burbank Town Center. The company may find success in selling mattresses, appliance, and apparel as consumers like to come into their stores to see those goods before purchasing. I could see this being as a test to reopen another markets type of store. If merchandised correctly, it could do well. The new store is displaying signs rediscover Sears. Its second floor shelves could be seen through the window, stocked with men's and women's apparel, along with toys such as Mickey Mouse plush dolls. The store is also expected to sell appliances. They said they had smaller chains too, which also closed. Close this door. Okay, so I know a lot of people have been commenting about this, and this is something I couldn't ignore. First of all, I know the man behind it is what's his name, Ramon Marquez, and I'm sure he has a very close relationship with Eddie Lampert. This is just another attempt at Sears. This is not going to work at all. I mean, they tried small format stores. Not to mention the small format stores were a lot newer than this Sears in Burbank. This is just existing infrastructure they have. The problem is when you work for New York & Company, a company that went belly up in 2018, it doesn't really send a good signal to attempt at a relaunch of Sears, especially, when you were once part of New York & Company, which went belly up. I'm not saying this won't work. I'm not saying he won't be successful. He very well could be successful in it. But it's not a new store. Remember, it's the same store with the same stuff and the same infrastructure. It's like they're giving birth to something that is still dying. And I'm not saying that this is wrong, but it's literally the same store. And it's literally just to fulfill a lease obligation. This isn't about, we're trying to relaunch, we're trying to look good on social media. That's good. I'm not saying you shouldn't look bad on social media. It's very important to look good on social media. But when you use a store with existing infrastructure, a very old still type of store, there's a bunch of problems. Now, okay, yes, maybe it works in Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico doesn't have Walmart or Target. But when you have Walmart and Target in your backyard, in addition to Amazon and Costco and everybody else, having this concept like a Sears with old merchandise inside, it's like you're trying it again and it's going to fail. I mean, there are some great examples. The small format stores. How about that Sears that tried to relaunch at the Willowbrook Mall in Houston, Texas? That didn't last very long. When you start to see patterns, and I get it. There are people out there that are excited, especially, the longtime Sears fans that are, oh yeah, this is going to be the relaunch of the brand. No, this is to fulfill a lease obligation and to give the media a good perception that Sears is still alive and well. This isn't about a relaunch. I mean, look at the floor. You're going to tell me that this is some sort of relaunch, that this is some sort of comeback that Sears is going to have? It's going to be another dead and dying concept, and once again, they're going to close the store. Or a store is going to come in, or a developer is going to come in, and they're going to buy out the space. That's just the right developer hasn't approached the store yet, but when that time comes, it'll close. And look, I'm not trying to say that Raymond Marquez is wrong. I could be very wrong about Mr. Marquez. But when you fail at New York & Company, that should tell you a lot about the direction that this Sears concept is going to head in. It's not even about being successful. Everyone should be successful. But when you fail to attempt at keeping a small mall store chain alive, heck only knows what he's going to do with Sears and the remaining locations. He could all of a sudden walk away. If he pulls this stunt, and let's say one of the big guys wants him, maybe Walmart wants him, maybe Amazon wants him, maybe Target wants him. Well, guess what? He's going to pull the plug and literally come up, get together with Eddie Lampert, and they're going to come up with some kind of agreement to close all the stores or to sell all the stores to developers who would want to develop the buildings into apartment complexes, high rises, and subdivided retail. But like I said, I don't think this is going to stick. It just will not stick. You don't just reopen a store with old infrastructure. And I'm not saying, of course, they want to do that. Of course, I'm sure they want to save costs. But at the end of the day, Sears and Burbank will fail. Their small format stores failed, and their launch at a Sears home store in Willowbrook Mall in Houston, Texas also failed. When you start to see patterns, it's pretty clear to me that this concept that Sears is trying to do in Puerto Rico and they're trying to replicate it in the United States isn't just going to do it. And also, it is way too little and way too late. This should have been done 12 years ago when Sears was still making a profit. Why are we doing it now in 2023? And to me, that really scratches my head. Think about it. They filed for bankruptcy. They closed thousands and thousands of stores. Even after the whole acquisition, they still continued to close stores. When COVID hit, they closed stores. In 2021 and 2022 and in 2023, guess what? They closed stores. So this relaunch isn't exactly going to work, And I'm not saying Ramon Marquez is a bad guy. I think he's trying to do the right thing by trying to give the media a good perception about Sears. But this is not the avenue to take Sears. Sears should have stuck with the small format stores, and they would have been fine. Relaunching it and saying rediscover Sears, that's not a smart marketing campaign at all. At all. So all I got to say is, Raymond, I appreciate you for trying, but it's very unlikely to work. I wish nothing but the best for your success, but I think you could really take your talent elsewhere. Seriously. I would really reconsider taking your talent elsewhere to a company that might be interested in your type of talent in a retail environment. Sears is not the right outlet for that, sadly. So, anyways, those are my thoughts on Sears Burbank. I figured I'd make a video because I know everybody wanted to hear about it. And that's pretty much it. So, thank you guys for watching. Link will be in the description below, and that will be it.